Salute, what's poppin', gang? Welcome back to Gen X Media. Look, I ain't even gonna hold y'all, because it's been a minute. Y'all, man's Jim Jones sat down with Angie Martinez at the end of his little trolling tour. Y'all know this conversation about him being more impactful and relevant than Nas or whatever. And Angie got him to admit that he was trolling. And Jim added a few things.
Here we are. And I gave people a prerequisite. Like, yo, I know how to go viral. This is easy. We're in an easy society where it's very easy to.
People take that bait so easy.
Too easy.
It's a little scary, but you seem to not, I mean, you clearly are not afraid of it. But I see you also seem to lean into it.
Sometimes.
Yeah. What do you get out of that? And then what? And why?
Mean, we're in a community where everything goes viral. Naturally, everything viral turns digital, and digital ends up with streams and turns into a revenue stream for me, of course. And I'm so on everybody's Explorer page. I'm at the top of this page. I'm at the top of that page. So whether you like me, don't like me, know who I was, and now find out who I was, one click away from making me some money. You know what I mean? In that aspect. And then I also have a record label. I have artists. I have records out. I have music out. It makes it that much easier to know who Jim Jones is. It makes it that much easier for you to become a fan of Jim Jones. Like, I'm worried about myself when I make all of these moves. At the end of the day, I know how to turn my negatives into a positive. Man, I didn't know how many people love Nas. But people, and I'm watching people go absolutely batshit crazy, like, oh damn! But it's what hip hop.
So this is my thing, y'all. It seems like every so often this conversation happens, and Nas is always the legend that's used as an example of someone not being relevant. And I don't get it. Maybe because Nas don't really pop his shit like that. You feel me? Because if y'all remember, a couple years ago, this same situation happened with 21 Savage. Talking about Nas not being relevant. What else he say? Never mind. Roll the footage.
Room, and this happened over the weekend following the release of Nas's album King's Disease 3. And apparently 21 Savage said some things that struck a chord with people. They were talking about Nas being one of the greatest rappers of all time, and here's what 21 Savage had to say.
No, I don't feel like he's relevant. I just feel like
none of them are relevant.
Man, he's not relevant. He just has a loyal ass fan base.
Thank you.
He just has a loyal fan base that and he still make good ass music. But
they don't
like,
have a core fan base.
What?
Y'all see what I'm saying? But in this situation, Jimmy didn't spark this conversation. A kid was talking on the podcast, and I believe that kid was just repeating some shit he heard somebody else say, because there's no way he was in tune at the age he is of Jim at the height of his hits and his impact and the way he dressed and all that. So he heard somebody say what he was saying. You feel me? But I think ultimately, in this particular situation, I think because Nas be chilling, and we don't know most people don't know too much about Nas, what he got going on, you know what I mean, his extensive catalog, and how many platinum albums he actually have, how many hits he have, the songs he have written for other people, a lot of the things that Nas has done outside of just having Queensbridge on his back, because people forget now how down bad Queensbridge was after the bridge is over. Because MC Shan couldn't fight back. You feel me? He was on his pockets, done. It was a wrap. Illmatic brought Queensbridge to relevancy. You could never take that away. If Nas never did anything after that, it would have always been that. You feel what I'm saying? That type of impact is a little different. But that's neither here nor there. My point is that I believe this happens because people are not privy of how strong Nas fan base is, how many people love Nas until these conversations
Nas invested in Ring. You know what Ring is, homie? The door alarm doors, homie, like alarms, boy. Nas got that bag, boy. You tripping, boy. By Nas, I love that boy, homie. You tripping. Drake collab. Like, I ain't saying they ain't lit or whatever and they own the world, but like, boy, chill. I mean, cause Nas wasn't bothering you. Nas irrelevant. How the fuck Nas irrelevant? How the fuck Nas ain't relevant? Man, Nas that nigga, homie. I know I can't be what I wanna. If I work hard at it, I'll be where I wanna be. You crazy, boy. The fuck Nas that boy, homie. You tripping. Nas that nigga, boy.
So it ends up feeling like an easy target because Nas be chilling. But I think Jimmy thought that this situation would end similar to the 21 Savage situation. You know what I'm saying? Because that situation ended with Nas giving 21 Savage a phone call, them having a conversation, and ultimately doing a song together. One mic, one gun. Something like that, I believe.
All in the media and blogs, that's just a place I don't care to be. 21. Most of these niggas wouldn't say shit if they was ahead of me.
No back and forth, I did it back then, I do it right now. I opened a lane for my era, I'm goated, they gave me the crown.
With the Nas shit, I might have misspoke and said the wrong word when I was talking about Nas. Nas is an OG, a legend in this game. Like, that ain't even my character. I don't even be on no internet shit. I'm never in nobody's mess, never in none of that shit. Like, I mind my business, I make my money, I take care of my family, I stay out of everybody's way. So the way the internet even reacted to what I was saying about the Nas shit, all I was saying was like, he already established, he did what he did. I don't feel like he's a part of what's going on now. And I just used.
And if y'all remember, a few years ago, Jimmy said on Drink Champs, the one person that he haven't spoke to, that he had issues with back in the day, was Nas, and he would love to talk to him. He had talked to Nori about this on more than one occasion, and then it was brought up.
What's next? How y'all want to do this? Like that, I would like at the time the rapping and things like that was more of a Cam thing, and I just always had a way of talking. And Cam used to always tell me, "Boy, if you could rap the way you talk and act outside, you gonna get some money."
Did you ever meet Nas afterwards?
Shout out to Nas, man. I never got to. Did I ever got to see Nas? I never got to sit down and have a conversation with Nas and things like that. I had called you about it and things like that. That was like still one of the people that I never got to have a conversation throughout my history of rap and things like that. I think I would love to have a conversation with Nas. I wouldn't know if he knows it, but Nas was one of my all-time favorite rappers coming up and things like that.
I've heard you say that.
Since the barbecue and things like that. Like he really put the whole dope boy rap, crack hustler, get fresh rap into perspective before anybody else. Before I heard Jay do it, before I heard anybody else, like he changed the cadence of rap into a whole different steam. Like he's the one that broke the camel's back when it came to artists like, to me, when it came to artists like Big Daddy Kane and all these artists that came right before him. Like after Nas came with that, they started to fade out, and then Jay, Fat Joe, like all of these rappers that are spitting about the life that we was really starting to live right now and how it was changing. Like this is, you know what I mean? So that's how I felt about that whole little situation.
That's what I believe happened there, but we done had fun with it. It's clearly over now. It was a troll. Most of us knew that. But y'all be easy. I'm gonna get up out of here. Catch y'all next time. We're gonna talk about the Diddy trial. And coming up next month, we dropping that Remy Ma short documentary. Look out for that. Peace. Y'all be easy. This Gen X Media.